I got my solution. So I was looking for like stores that sold beads, and I found a one that sells them for a bit more expensive, but their malachite looks real. Their malachite actually looks really real, and like so I think it's probably a better bet. And then I was looking for a blue stone, and I was gonna go with kayanite, and I had this like 150 kayanite beads for $16 coming, and that's just like too freaking cheap. I just can't imagine it. And I just like looked at the stone, and I'm like, this doesn't look like kyanite. Like kyanite has like a distinct growing pattern. It grows them like one way. And so I like bought it and canceled it and bought it and canceled it. I probably can't bought it, canceled it like 4 times. I'm like, I just don't know what to do. And then this other place that has like the real looking malachite. What else had I bought from them that I liked? Oh yeah, I bought the colored selenite from them. I don't mind if it's colored, but anyway, the blue I bought blue tiger's eye from them, and I looked up blue tiger's eye, and it exists, and I found like the copies that look fake and the copies that are real, and that the real stuff is actually like really cool looking. It's got like, it's definitely blue, but it has inclusions. And that's exactly how theirs looked, is theirs was not perfect, which is how like, it's like, when it's too perfect, it just doesn't look legit. Like, where'd you get this stuff? Right? If it comes out absolutely perfect, you ought to tell us the mine you got it from, because it's like, there's just no way it's like perfect. They always have like a swirl or an inclusion. And if it is perfect, you better prove it with some like raw material photos. You know what I mean? Like, here was the mountain of pure carnelian we found, right? No, it doesn't look like that. It's got like imperfections. So anyway, um, yeah, this blue tiger's eye is way better. So yeah, I'm going to be wearing blue tiger's eye instead. I was going to get like a kyanite necklace. I want to do like my wrist is 8 3/4, and my neck is over 17 inches. So yeah, so I'm going to get I bought 2 of those. So it's like I traded the $16 kyanite for the $22 2-pack of blue tiger's eye. And that should give me, 90 beads. My wrist takes 27 beads at 8 3/4. And so over 17 should be like 50, more than 50, like 60. So yeah. And I'll have 90, so I'll be able to pick like my favorites. And yeah, but this stuff looks way, way, way better. It looks real. Their malachite looks real, and it's more expensive. Yeah, it's like $6 for a pack of malachite. I discovered this morning it was plastic. I tested all my other beads, none of them burned, and I also did like a hardness test with glass, and the glass couldn't cut them. So the stuff that's supposed to be harder than glass is. Yeah, but it was weird. These malachite beads are fucking plastic. And yeah, that store, anyone who sells the beads that are obviously fake, like, it might not be their fault. They may have a supplier that offered them like as a reduced price, and like they don't even know it's fake. They haven't tested it. So I've written to Amazon asking for them to make a lab for authenticity, like Amazon labs. They get a sample, like they have a secret address, and they order it like anyone, and then they'll test it and be like, yeah, this was real, this was fake. And that would be awesome. So yeah, especially for like gemstones and gold. Like, I am not about to buy gold on Amazon. I just don't know if it's real. They can lie. Yeah, Amazon stuff can like, I bought a scooter from Amazon that went as fast as they said it did. I bought a lot of things from Amazon that turned out to be true and work. But this today was obviously some plastic malachite. It's just, it was too light, and it doesn't say imitation. It says real natural gemstone, and I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, this other store had like the real looking stuff. Now that I know what the fake looks like, it's like really obvious. And Yeah, there's no such thing as rainbow selenite, but that was fine with that, is that I understood it was colored. But this blue stuff doesn't look colored. Yeah, it's the colored stuff is like too dark and too perfect, and this stuff is like bluish with brown, which is how it appears. Is it appears like blue with brown stripes. So that's how it looks, and so yeah, it's also called hawk's eye. And I think it's real. If they have real malachite, then they have real tiger's eye. But yeah, there's a great return policy from Amazon. I've returned all sorts of stuff and gotten my money back. So yeah, my battery is dead. I used this guy until it was empty, and it's freaking empty now. It's absolutely empty. Yeah, I'll be having a hotel tomorrow, so I'm fine. Wasting my batteries all the way down. It rained a lot today, a lot of thunder. It's quiet now. But yeah, I'm just like, after that amethyst event, I'm like chakraing it up. I wasn't sure what to put around my neck. Apatite, not lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is like Egypt's favorite thing, and people who know me know I hate Egypt. I don't trust them. I don't believe in their building projects or that they were for the good of the people. This is fucking weird. So, yeah. I have my major suspicions about the Egyptian people. Like, not the Egyptian, I think the Egyptian people are probably innocent, but it's like the underground beneath the pyramids. I don't expect anything good. I expect the real government still today is underground somewhere, some secret location. So, yeah. Or it's the whole underground, right? They got so good at tunneling, they made like basically the real government occupies the whole underworld, and you know, they prey on us for all sorts of things. It's like Tartarian, Tartarus. They made their bodies huge. They became these superhumans, and they need us to be modest and humble and meek because we're the slaves, and they can't sleep at night if their slaves are bigger than they are. So it's like, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I got some real looking blue tiger's eye. It looks way real. It's like, yeah, some places sell, oh, this is carnelian, and it's like pure red, not one imperfection. Maybe they're good like that. Maybe they found it where they actually have a source of pure carnelian that's pure red. But I wish they'd tell us, you know, like, if you have a really like outstanding gemstone for cheap, it's gonna look fake unless you like explain where it came from, because it's like they're usually imperfect. So I did. I got some carnelian for my ankle, like above my ankle. I got a carnelian for down there. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. And so I'm wearing like amethyst and rose quartz. I think they're real. The basic consensus online is that amethyst and rose quartz are so plenteous that it's cheaper to buy the real thing. The fakes are actually more expensive than the real thing, so they're probably real. But yeah, I got that stuff from the place that sold me the plastic malachite, so I'm like, looks real to me. It's purple with some white, you know. Yeah. Rainbow hematite obviously isn't real, you know. But yeah, and just like Amazon authenticity when it comes to gems is really, really, really low. It's not good. But yeah, this other seller, this other site had a real malachite, and I'd used them before, and I liked what they sold. And so yeah, they had this blue tiger's eye. They had 2 left, and I bought 2 because one pack wouldn't be enough to fit around my neck. And yeah, I thought about mixing it like with something else like blue apatite, but I decided not to. I was like, I'll just stick with the hawk's eye. So yeah, that's what they call the blue tiger's eye, is hawk's eye. And it's real. It comes that way. And they said they can dye it, but this doesn't look dyed because there's like brown banding and stuff, which is like, yeah. So I'm pretty excited to get that stuff. I don't know when it'll get here. Definitely by next week. So yeah, I've been impressed with the effect of like rose quartz and amethyst. Yeah, I was wearing only that for a while, and I felt like it was like, yeah, it's like people starting conversations with me is happening more often. Is it used to be for many years, I felt like no one was ever talking to me. I was like in a bubble. And then it started happening where people would talk to me more, like start conversations. And it was around the time I started wearing amethyst. So I think I was under psychic attack. Like somebody was like, leave him lonely, right? Fuck you, that sort of thing. And yeah, super rich people have like psychics in tow and pay for spell crafting and stuff like that. So yeah, blood magic is powerful. You can use store-bought steak to do blood magic, and it's effective, and I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, I did a blood magic canceller. I did a blood magic ceremony, and I had these candles in this bowl. I ended up destroying it. I don't know why. Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, I got like, this was one of the last times. This was not the last time I drank, but this big bottle of tequila, and I was parked out at like a deserty place, and yeah, I was doing a burn, and I was like, I had the jar that I'd kept with me, and I threw it in, and I remember like screaming, "Fuck you!" Right, and but anyway, when I did the blood magic ceremony, um, these ants flew into the candles. I had 3 candles lit, and they were like, I was above them, right, so I could see them. They're like below me, and these 3 ants flew into the candles upside down. Right, they flew into the candles like legs spread out on their back. This was just outside of Bishop and Death Valley, and yeah, I had never seen anything like that. And when I tried to leave the trail, there was someone who parked in the trail but facing me, like blocking it, like blocking me in, and he like woke up immediately and let me out. So when I did this blood magic, they like protected me, and I saw these ants do something deeply unnatural for ants. I've never seen an ant go into a candle upside down, but all 3 were identical, and that's when I did blood magic. So, yeah. You know, what would be terrifying is if blood magic is the way, is if there's literally no other way to do it, and like religious people clued into it. But it's as I think is this, right? It's like blood magic may get you what you want, and it's very powerful, but it comes at a cost, and it's when you die. So yeah, I say that if you do a blood magic canceller, then you'll supersede other blood magics on your life, and that you don't have to do blood magic if you don't want to. But if you want to, it's really powerful. Yeah, blood magic is in the game series Dragon Age. Blood magicians are unusually powerful. Yeah, you can supersede any other type of magic with blood magic. But it always comes at like the cost of, for them, it comes at the cost of demonic possession. I think since the animals all eat each other, that blood magic might be the way, right? That might just be how you do it here. So it would be interesting if we go to other worlds and there's no carnal hell, you know, uh, like we go to other planets and all the creatures get along, nobody eats each other. That would be interesting here, because that would mean that the source of the fallenness here is like the reptile cave or something. Something is like this source of darkness here, and that we are unusually bad, right? But we may go to the other worlds and find that they all eat each other, that there's no such thing as like sustained goodness has to be built. But yeah, this is my blood magic story. But anyway, yeah, I got the blue tiger's eye. I don't do blood magic often. I've done it once, but I was so impressed with the results that I pretty much have left it like, no, I won't do that. And if crystals can like protect me, right? If wearing obsidian and amethyst and all these like protective stones can grant me luck to live outside of that, then I'll live outside of that. I don't care what it was I asked for, or, you know. But it was impressive. I've never seen ants do that. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they were like these like fire ants, right? They were like looking for their home, and they went into the candles upside down each, and they were all like spread out, like their arms were spread out backwards, and there was one in each, and it happened like within a few seconds of each other. So it was incredibly unusual. Yeah, blood magic. And the scary thing is, yeah, you can use a steak from a grocery store. That's enough blood to do blood magic. So why does the government take your blood? You know, is the creator like that? Like he's like sacrificed? It's really like it's dark. It's incredibly dark. It's like, you know, I think if a human wrote absolute evil, it would come nothing close to reality, right? It's like Eat World is pretty insane. Um, Definitely, it was when I was seeing it as Eat World and getting outside the illusion of safety from the religion, because the religion is the predator, right? The predator's mask. And when I was first grappling with Eat World, I was going insane. It was like to really see it the way it is pretty crazy. I went back to some spots where I was doing that, and all the trees are still scarred from me having been there. Yeah, that was something surprising. Like, you scar a tree, it's not going to regrow. It's just going to, for its life, going to have a giant scar on it, you know? So, yeah, kind of like the permanence of things. Now is always a good time to start doing it right. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, today was an exciting day. I had realized my malachite was plastic yesterday. I was like, no way. And then I looked it up, and it said that uh, malachite burns, and then that got me confused. I was like, is this real? So I had to crush up my big malachite this morning, and I tested it, and my malachite was different than the malachite they sold me. But the malachite this other place I bought from looks real. It doesn't have like, now that I've done a lot of like photo seeking between like real and fake malachite, I can tell the stuff I bought was fake and that this stuff's real. So yeah, I kind of like changed my supplier, and I'm giving a bunch of stones back. I'm getting a refund on a bunch of them just because I don't trust them. I don't think they're real. I know the rose quartz is probably real. I love that they said rose quartz and amethyst are so plenteous that there's really no reason to fake it. Is that it's a lot cheaper just to sell the real thing, which is pretty cool. It's abundance. Yeah. Now, obviously, it's like you can start digging anywhere. You might find a quartz eventually, but you're probably not. You're probably going to find like around here it'd be like lava rocks, which could have quartz. But yeah, in a spot they know has it, it's thick. It's thick. Like I was looking at peridot mining. Yeah, there was this other bead that they were selling that was like peridot, and I was like, probably not real because all the mines I saw were pulling up chunks way smaller than the bead, and I was like, there's no way they actually pulled off getting a bunch of giant peridots for freaking cheap. Yeah, it's probably fake too. So yeah, well, they're faking it. They're faking it good. You know, they want to fake. They want to fake it. So yeah, sad. But yeah, I found my good store, and I got it from a link that was discussing like real gemstones, and this store came up recommended that they actually sell real ones that are like verifiable. So it's not a pronounceable name, but yeah, blue tiger's eye. I'm gonna wear it around my neck. And instead of being like a loose necklace, it's gonna be like bead to bead tight. So like exactly however many inches. What is it? 17. Yeah, my ankle is 11 inches. My wrist is 8 3/4, and around my neck is like 17, 18 inches. Not bad. I used to be a little bigger. I haven't worked out in a while, but I don't care. I worked out too hard. I was too exhausted. And you know what? It should have just worked with my energy field. That's way better. Yeah, wearing rose quartz. I hope this rose quartz is real. Yeah, that's going to help me a lot over time. With like luck, right? It's that whole like synchronicity thing. Like Yeah, the universe is such a freaking dream. Technically, if you tap into God powers, then you can just manifest like it always was. So it's pretty impressive stuff. Yeah, I was impressed with blood magic. Now I know why the government wants your blood, right? Add everyone's blood they've been taking from vials into a big ceremony to like take over the planet or whatever. Virgin blood, stuff like that. I'm not a virgin, but I'm sure they do that. So, yeah, anything for power. Yeah. And allegedly, like, the alleged story is the good people who sit away from that will basically have a better afterlife, and like the people who did that will go to hell. But that's asking a lot because the animals all eat each other anyway. Um, there's some animals that don't, but they're born that way, right? They're not like, yeah. What if, I mean, animal evolution by individual choices is an interesting idea, right? Like that there could be a leader animal among them that dramatically changes their whole course by like inventing something new, or like they eat meat but it chooses not to and it eats something else. So kind of like how blue eyes came about, right? It's like, so yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, I love doing drawing, I love doing art, it's a lot of fun. You have to be sensitive to it to see it. It's definitely not for like, it's not for people who need a giant picture. This is Spider-Man, you know. It's like you have to have like ranges of subtlety and to be able to appreciate what it could be in the different sides. So it's definitely, I think high people would probably like it the most. But yeah, blue tiger's eye. And I noticed too, my art is a lot better when I take a break, because like I took a break while I was traveling, and I took a break while I was getting my car fixed. And so I was gone like for 4 or 5 days. I didn't really post much. And yeah, now I'm posting art again, and it's good. It's fresh. I'm pretty hungry right now. I've cleared out all my food. I'm planning on fasting tomorrow until I get the hotel room, and then splurging on like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna run through all my batteries and use the outlet and like charge up my stuff. So yeah, no, I love the whole like, uh, um, it's like my rent was $25 a day. So by getting a hotel, I can, if I get a hotel that's like, this hotel cost me $53, right? And so 25, yeah, it's like all I have to do is not be in a hotel for 3 days, right? So I could do like hotel 3 days, hotel 3 days, and I'm saving money. I'm spending less money than if I was living in an apartment. And so, can I shower once every 3 days? To poop, I love it. Like it's been long enough. I've gone back to like my old shitting spots. Like I had like trees and stumps I liked pooping by, and I would like go and I was digging around there. I couldn't find shit. It's not like it's like, oh, there's the hole where the poop is. It's a dried poop. No, it's gone. The yeah, the forest will completely decompose it and like turn it back into dirt. Like breaking the surface of my old pooping hole was like a fresh layer of mycelium, a fresh layer of you couldn't even tell. So yeah, pooping in the woods is like a victimless crime. And now I have my biodegradable TP too. Yeah. So yeah, you're supposed to get stuff that can biodegrade, because if it's biodegrades, then they really can't complain. And it's like you don't even have to wait for the paper to decompose. It's just over. So yeah, no, we had a lot of rain today, a lot of thunder. I was going back and forth on the blue kayanite. I'm like, this doesn't look real. And I was doing research, and I was like, these are the people who sold me the malachite. I don't know why I was even considering it, but yeah, I found this other place that had like way better looking stuff. And yeah, their blue tiger's eye looks really, really real. It's got the right banding. It's got the right different colors. It's not just pure blue. Yeah, same thing with my carnelian. I got 15 inches of carnelian coming. I only need 11, so I'm gonna have, I'll be able to pick my favorite beads and build a little anklet for like grounding. It's just like after that amethyst experience, I've said the story a few times, and it just blew my mind so much. It was like undeniable. It's like the day I bought the amethyst, I had 3 people come up and talk to me. I haven't had that in forever, right? It was like that never happens. And it was all at once, right? So it's like, that was clearly the sign that that was legit. And I had amethyst before, like, amethyst chips or whatever, or amethyst chunks. And it's not wearing it, it's putting it on my skin. Yeah, letting my skin touch it. That's the key. So yeah, I hope this amethyst is real, man. I've tested it as much as I could. I love that everyone was like, amethyst is so plenteous. It's almost never fake because it's easier just to get the real stuff. And it's cheap enough to buy it. So yeah, it's a cool stone. The purple quartz. Yeah, I saw people pulling out natural citrine. Yeah, I want to get like some real money stones out there, like really get really improve my finances. I've been looking at like affirmations for finances and stuff. Oh, I love TikTok DJs. TikTok DJs are so good. They're freaking awesome. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what like my new luck through crystal magic brings. My name when I was traveling was Crystal. I thought it was a little weird, but I just took it. But yeah, it is like owning crystals, putting them on your body, yeah. That is powerful. That's like, I don't think it's even like wearing it as a necklace, putting it on a headband. No. Put it on your skin. Yeah, that dude who put a diamond under his skin. If I was super high, I would do that. But yeah, I don't know about drugs. The potential with a drug is that it's like, it's an ultra rare chemical makeup, and it like has a benefit. That's the high point. The low point is it's poison and it ruins your life. So it's like, I support drugs theoretically, like they're useful, they help. Yeah, I support that. But like, you'll feel really high and then you'll never feel high again. It's like a fish hook, right? Oh, drugs are like a fish hook, is that they as soon as you have it, you're dependent on that person. You're like, I want to feel like that again. And when I don't have it, I don't feel like that. And that's bad. So yeah, that's like a type of slavery, right? There is I read, what's his name? Michael Crichton. It's not Michael Crichton. God, that dude, did he die? I can't remember it. The dude who used to write all those thrillers, Without Remorse. I read that, and it was about like this dude who was like basically Sam Fisher. He's yeah, we haven't had a Splinter Cell in a while. Yeah, Splinter Cell became like Assassin's Creed or something. Splinter Cell was funny. It was the darkest game ever. You hid in darkness, and it was like, the basic problem is that if there's light behind you, they should be able to see you. But it never worked that way. If your feet were physically in the dark spot, you were fine. So it was like, this is very much a game. Yeah, I played the Splinter Cells. I remember that. But Without Remorse was basically like Sam Fisher, and then yeah, the girl he was looking for was like hooked to barbiturates. It's like, it's a type of drug that will get you dependent. So that's the same thing as Syria's al-Assad did. He had a type of really powerful drug that he made, and it was like drug supply was how he kept loyalty. So yeah, I don't. That stuff is really dark and really bad. Lung glue, stuff to make you addicted or dependent. That's not good. But theoretically, like, this thing has a property to it. Remember, like I talked about blood magic, it has a property to it that's powerful. That is actually really useful. So yeah, I support that. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I hope these amethysts are real. They were a little bit more expensive than the malachite. The malachite was too cheap. And it's like small. It was just a plastic malachite passing itself off as real. But yeah, I found this other seller that has a really real looking malachite. And I got these blue tiger's eye from him. So I'm going to have a cool necklace. Cool. I'm still planning on putting this other like fishy amethyst around my neck. So I'm going to have like two. I'll have an amethyst and then I never wear a tight choker ever. Most people don't do that. But I think it's kind of interesting with like my beard. You can't tell looking at my face that I have that on. Yeah. So yeah, last night there were two other people here. Yeah, some people are weird ass travelers, right? This is what I know about human tourism. That's like, shut the fuck up. That's like really funny is there's people who go to the hot places when it's hot, right? They like, when do you want to visit the desert? In the middle of summer. That to me is the wrong answer. That to me is the absolute, but it's the most popular. It's like most people do that. Most people wait until it's like when you go into the desert when it's the hottest. And it's like, what? Yeah, like the Sedona tourism. The Sedona tourism picks up when it's really, really hot. And the um and to me that's the opposite. You should go when it's the winter, but that's when it's like the slow season. And that blows my mind. That's like, the fuck is wrong with you people? It's sweltering and you're like, yeah. No, you go to the hot spots when it's cold. And then you go to the cold spots when it's hot. And then you have it. And there's people who just don't think that way. So like there was a ton of people out in these woods, right? And then as soon as it started raining, I saw all the cars drive away. It's like they want to be out here enjoying the sun. Not me. As soon as it gets like cold and rainy, I'm like, oh yeah, button in, lock in. So yeah, maybe they want to drive back when it's cool. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah. And likewise, like people go to the really cold places when it's the winter. They want to like ski and stuff like that, so they go when it's like really, really cold. Yeah, that's don't get that. I don't get that at all. You go to the really, and then it's beautiful when you go to the really cold places in the summer. Generally it's really nice, and you go to the really hot places in the winter. Again, generally it's really nice. It's like t-shirt weather in the winter. It's like nice and it's not hot. Yeah, that's what I think a good time is. But not most people. Like Sedona's tourist peak is in the summer when it's fucking hot, right? And like it's usually known that if you go there like March, April, May, there won't be as much people. So, or it has to do with school, right? When the kids get out. Oh man, poor kids. I feel so bad. They take their whole life from the age of 5 to 18. They're stuck. And then they go into debt to go to school. Like they couldn't tell you what they had to tell you already. Yeah, the whole like repetition and homework and all of that just wastes your time. They could really streamline the education system. I'm for the AI doing it, where the AI knows like what they know, right? The AI is a mind reader and the AI knows what people get and it can like tailor the education. So yeah, I'm super impressed with like wearing amethyst and rose quartz. I think they're real. Again, I tried to scratch them with glass earlier and I couldn't. They're harder. That they emulsified the glass and they were spotless. So they're harder than glass. I know there's tempered glass. Are they tempered glass? Is it dyed tempered glass? Is that cheaper than running a mine? I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of camper vans out here. People come out here to like stay and all that. When my journey first began, I used to talk to him, and then I just I don't talk to him at all now. I think he sees my spot and he's gonna go for it. No, he's still driving. So yeah, generally they're good vibes. If you were a murderer, you would not go for someone with an active cell phone. And if you were a murderer, you would go for like someplace with a lot of people. I don't think there'd be like a predator or a stalker out here. It's too hard to start a conversation. So yeah, I'm for AI watching body continuity. I used to be a cop, I think about like protecting people and stuff like that. And so I definitely am for watching body continuity, and I'm not for the law because of circumcision. The law made circumcision and slavery, but we need to know what people are doing for safety, like for real. We can't be like surprised every time something happens. So yeah, holographic money. The AI doesn't police, but the AI will tell us what it knows. And then the AI will if the AI tells us what it knows and people don't do anything about it, that's what happened. Right? So it'd be like Luigi, right? This like automatic where they have to come at Luigi. Yeah, if the cops were really good, like some cops just get people a payout. Some cops are like, it's your lucky day, but I can't say that. I'm going to abuse you for fun and I expect you to sue. So it's like Luigi, they could have been like deliberately mean to him, trying to get him off, but it really does come down to how much like politics and money controls what happens. It's really unfair. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm yapping. Yeah, I got some blue tigers that I come in. I think it's real. Looks real to me. It doesn't look dyed. It's got the right banding. I got 2 bags, and they got a great return policy. That's the nice thing about Amazon. They got a nice return policy. It rained a bit today, like 2 hours, but it wasn't enough to leave a puddle. It's not muddy. And yeah, we're going to need for them to lower the fire standard, it's going to be like 3 days of rain. So it's not going to be easy. But by next month, it should be the most ridiculous ever. But yeah, that's my plan, is get a hotel once a week. $50 hotel. If I wait 3 days, I saved money. Yeah. Hotel every 3 days, saving money. Hotel every week, saving a lot of money. Over rent, yeah. So you get a hotel and then you live in the fucking woods and then you get a hotel. So yeah, some people have all the toilet stuff in the shower with them. That'd be nice. Yeah, definitely yesterday it was like hottish. It was hot. Today it started raining early and it's always been cool. So yeah, sad about that malachite. They'd fake it. This is a real natural gemstone. No, it's not. It's plastic, man. Don't you know that? So yeah, they're like they control reviews. They prevent you from reviewing it through banning you, right? You're their customer and they they sent you a fake product, so they ban you so they can keep their pristine 4.7 stars. And there's enough people who are stupid enough they won't notice, right? You sold them a bunk product and they just don't have a clue. They think it's real. So yeah, malachite's heavy, attracts electricity, and you know, it doesn't melt when lit on fire. So yeah, I need to get a torch, a blowtorch, so I can test my other beads, get them really hot. Because it's just like that electro stuff may not be enough. But yeah, I doubt they'll melt. So yeah, it's interesting. Quartz is kind of perfect. It's like a knife is 5. Yeah, the hardness of a knife is a 5. You know, a quartz is a 7, right? A diamond is a 10. So there's like really, really hard stuff out there. And when it comes to one item versus the other, the hardest one wins most of the time. I'm sure it'd be possible to shoot a softer thing at a harder thing, and if you get the softer thing to go fast enough, it could probably hurt it, but it would hurt both of them definitely. Um, but yeah, hardness is interesting. You know, armor penetration versus armor. It's kind of fun in games too. Like you could have like light weapons that shoot a lot, but they don't have a lot of penetration. So once something comes up that's armored, you need to pick to something that can like punch through it. It's pretty Halo. That needler should have always, the needler melee should have always dumped all the needles in somebody at once, right? The needler, you can dump a whole clip in them if you melee with it. Yeah, that should have been the needler. That would have been cool, like a porcupine. Right. Yeah, that would have been the balance. Take the needler's tracking away, and make the benefit of the needlers a really, really strong melee, just an overpowered melee attack. So, and then maybe give it like the plasma rifle. The plasma rifle, I would give a charge shot. Yeah, let it like, you could put all the things in it, but maybe it's like, maybe there's like an overcharge too much mode where it like you hit max charge and you hold it too long. Maybe it does like a big shotgun shot and it's just overheated. Like you didn't make a coherent plasma ball. It just like fried and went just blasted. But maybe that's like useful too. So yeah, I don't know. Could be fun. They need to keep the old weapons going. Like they always try to replace the assault rifle. Don't replace the assault rifle. That little, really what it was is that number counter and the directional thing was for aliens. Yeah, it's like that alien experience. So you're on a ship with monsters, right? And you're like a human marine hunting them. So yeah. Yeah, the army has the second best life. The Marines, or the army has, or the Marines have the worst life. The army has the second worst. The Navy has the third worst, and the Air Force has the best. And the Coast Guard is like alt other, you know, not really sure what the Coast Guard is. Yeah, my uncle was in the Coast Guard. Um, but I didn't, when I signed up for the army that day, I saw all these like tall, skinny, beautiful women walking out of the fucking Air Force recruiter office. I was like, oh, god damn it. But I knew if I joined the Air Force, I wouldn't be able to see people naked. And it was because I was circumcised and I wanted to know like what dicks look like. Other people's dicks. I had to see them, and it's like, you can't really get that at a civilian gym. They have like dividers. They don't really believe in that, but the military does. The military is like, everybody's in a big giant public shower. You all shower at this time. Everyone can see each other. So I did get to see like what everybody's packing. And it informed a lot of what I know. There's a lot of people who'd rather not look, rather not check. And it was like, I don't think it was fun. It was definitely, some of it was humiliating and horrifying. Like even before, when I hadn't realized I was circumcised, I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? You know, but that observation really taught me, it's like, you know, what are clothes hiding, really? And it was more than nothing. Right. It was a lot of like, oh, right? So I'm proud of having done that. It was hard. It was like, I would have much rather done the Air Force, right, than being a freaking soldier. Soldier was a hard life. Early days, lots of difficult things. Probably better for being in shape. I definitely was in better shape than the Air Force. You know, my friend went into the Air Force the same time I went into the Army. I was in a roofless barracks during a monsoon, and he had air conditioner. So, um, yeah, Air Force immediately you're given like an apartment, you have your own shower, you have your own space, right? And Army is like you're on a bunk. You're gonna sleep in the field. You're not gonna fucking shower. So, but there were also like the kind of the good thing is there were probably harder cats out there. There were people who like wanted that, right? And so it was a little more intense. But yeah, I was kind of a weakling compared to some of these soldiers. Some of these soldiers were absolutely better than me in PT, physical fitness, and all that stuff. Yeah, I definitely felt like a bit of a weakling. But hey, did what I had to do. I'm glad I lived. I knew a lot of people who didn't survive, and I did. So, yeah, definitely, like, I feel like we're in this rose quartz and this amethyst for real. If you think it's silly, you could look at the synchronicities I've talked about, that these things are helping my mind, like, relax and unpack. And definitely also the fact I'm not playing video games really anymore. As I used to play games. It was like, I used to drink a lot, like drink every day to drunkenness, like absolutely messed up. And I used to like have to do that. I was in so much pain. I was just tormented, right? And I stopped that. And at the same time, I took fenbendazole and ivermectin, which are two dewormers. And I just had like this intuition from talking to my dad and others and it was like, if you look at dewormers they sell for people, they're herbs, or they call them just literally wormers, right? They call them a wormer, right? So they sell dewormers for farm animals. And I decided to take the farm animal dewormer. Well, let me tell you what, it changed how I totally felt. It changed how I felt big time. So it's like they poison you with the word of God to circumcise you. And then they hope you get parasitic worms. I have no doubt the real government's a lab that poisons us. Like, no doubt at all. So, yeah, I enjoyed, like, having that sort of... I still have other problems, you know what I mean? But, like, having those problems removed, I'm not drinking anymore, and I don't have fucking parasites eating me alive from the inside. That was a big deal. That was a huge deal for me. So, yeah, and it's like combining this with wearing rose quartz and like a protective amethyst is like, and now there's like the psychic, like we mentioned blood magic earlier. There's the magical warding is happening more, and yeah, my health is improving. My leg still is ruined. Like I ruined my left leg doing a forced ruck march, and I was like by the end I was fucking limping. The next day I couldn't move. To this day I've got problems with this leg. You know, my scooter broke down a mile from home and I had to walk it back, and I was freaking dragging my foot by the end. And I had to move one day, and I was dragging my foot again. I couldn't move my fucking leg. And like when I go to bed at night, I have to pick up this leg to like use it. So yeah, there was something I like ruined in my leg, but and they do pay me for that, so I don't mind. Yeah, I was in a rollover with the vehicle. I got like problem with my left rotator cuff, whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, that's how I live like off-road like that. Is I did it and I did come out with problems, right? So, yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So, there's kind of like a side of me is I already was young and fit and doing it, You know what I mean? And that now to be like middle age and to be able to like sit down and not do anything, it's fucking nice. And I'm really with it. And I chose not to have a family, so that means that it's like I have even more time. So yeah. Oh, Aria had this guy go crazy. I've done that. There's been times where I obsessed over a girl and I like sent her a lot of messages, like, you know, for a week. You know what I mean? But Aria's had this guy sending her like multiple messages a day for like a year. He just won't stop. It's like thousands upon thousands of messages. And yeah, she was crying about that. I used to like Aria, but it was just like on just like a hip fire impulse. And then like the next day I met a girl who looked just like her, but cuter at the grocery store. And that was the end of that. I was like, Aria, she's kind of bot, you know what I mean? I could do way better than that. And that's what that was. It was like, yeah, she's got okay qualities, but she's not that. So yeah, but she's apparently had this stalker this whole time. He makes like fan pages about her and he writes her like every single day. So I've done that before, but like for a week, not for years. Um, yeah. It's kind of funny. He keeps making new accounts because he thinks she's blocking him, but it's like she has every old message recorded. Yeah. But I asked her, I was like, when's the wedding? And she's just like, she's ignored me. But yeah, that's how evolution happens, is the people who exist were dogged breeders, people who just went for it and didn't take no for an answer. Comes out in people like her fucking stalker, or it comes out in people like Bill Clinton, Harvey Weinstein. You know, it's like nature's filled with people who I have never had as low of a sex drive as I have now, but I'm way better for that. And I really think it had to do with the dewormers. It's like, because the worms cause aggression and romance, where they're going to make you fight because that fluid exchange can spread the worms, and they're going to make you breed because that fluid exchange can spread the worms. And so there's people who are like getting their wires pulled by these fucking creatures. And science has said they checked and they're not there. I don't believe them. I think they know they're there and they don't care. I think they hope it hurts. You know, that's really where I came to with it. It's the way the Bible promotes suffering, and the way the Bible is like a trap to talk you into circumcision. I can just totally tell that it's like they would force you to suffer with parasitic worms. Or deliberately drink lead goblets. And it's like the intelligent ruling class knows they have the 411, it's dangerous, and they go, hey, try this, and it's like the worst thing for you, but they do it because it's ha 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 ha, right? So yeah, anyway, yeah, the $6 malachite was a bad idea. It turned out to be plastic, but I got some like more reasonably priced blue tiger's eye that looks real from another seller. But yeah, definitely like taking dewormer and getting off alcohol been the best thing for my health. I replace like big highs, because that's what the worms do, is that they make you feel like extreme bliss when it comes to mating, but it's really to make you do it. And if you lose that, then you're gonna have a way more grounded sense of it. It's like you won't be tempted with people who aren't your partners anymore, right? And you won't like you won't be as willing to start fights with people you don't know. And that's what I think the dewormer does, is it almost is like it mirrors who you think of as like the guy would go out and he would fight the dude and breed. And maybe the dewormer was an impossibility, right? Maybe until we had things like pharmaceuticals to kill worms, it was pretty much impossible to actually live without them. And so this interesting idea comes in that it's like human society was the story of worms. Is that a parasite was making people breed, a parasite was writing our emotions, and it was all to spread the parasite. And so to take it out, to be the first generation, persons ever in my lineage, the first person ever to take it out. It's incredibly relieving, but there's also like nothing to fill its gap. It's like, I don't need relationships. I don't want to fight anybody. That like, I have to have them. That like juicy, like love feeling, and that like mad aggression. Like, I'm going to get in your face and I'm going to show you. Is that those two emotions are gone. Gone, 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 gone. Makes no sense. I'm way calmer and I way more want like, let's just avoid it. Right? Wouldn't do it now, but it really was. I think it came down to the dewormer. Yeah. If I had just quit alcohol and I hadn't taken dewormer, I probably would have gone back due to discomfort or gotten into another drug. And I think it's the dewormer was the thing that gave me a little bit of the peace. Yeah. It's like people have shown it's like the dick pills make your dick smaller. The Bible promises to give you rest, and it, takes your foreskin off so you'll never rest again. And so humans are tricksters, right? Social media is actually me just talking to some freaking mind control bots, right? So yeah, they're tricksters. They make it sound one way and it is another. School, oh, it's so you're not poor. No, school will make you poor. So yeah. But anyway, it's real natural stone. It was made of plastic. Why is that store allowed to sell it? Haven't you tested that? Did you order their product and look at it? Yeah, fake malachite. Really fake malachite. Dressed up to look real. And now I'm like, what the fuck is the rest of this stuff I have? Malachite, it makes sense because I was researching that price and it is more rare and more expensive. So yeah, it's probably that the moderately priced amethyst is real because it's more expensive to fake it, and the cheap malachite was fake because it's more expensive to have the real stuff. I hope. I think the rose quartz is real. I got that from a different seller, completely different provider. Yeah, and then the blue tiger's eye comes from a new provider as well. They sell a malachite that looks really good. Looks real. Way different looking. Yeah, it's got more of the natural banding. It's got more of like a sheen, resplendence, and natural banding, and it just looks better and more real and less plastic. But yeah, I went to the original one. There's people wearing those malachite beads like they got something. Like, look at me, it's malachite. And it's like, dude, you're embarrassing. You don't even know you're wearing magic plastic stone. So yeah, they let those people bow at church. Oh yeah, they hate him. I thought church was horrible. Like, for some reason, when I was a kid, I trusted them. And you really shouldn't trust them. Like, you shouldn't trust them like they're not your friend at all, right? That they really are like going to set you up for disaster. So, I've questioned things like subliminals in the phones and stuff like that. Wars on purpose to kill the men, slave hoax economies. They just have one. It's because life betrayed them. It's because they all get old. Somebody didn't touch them enough, and now they're all out. They had an argument once over some stuff, and they've just stayed mad. And yeah, it's all treachery. So yeah, but yeah, that blood magic was suspicious. Is that who really runs the earth? Is that what they do? So I remember listening to like director commentary for Diablo 2. And Diablo 2 is about a lot of like secret dark rituals going on underground. And they were pretty serious that they really think that happens. That it's like when you're not looking, people have gotten together to ask for worldly power through some type of sacrifice, right? So I don't do that, and I'm pretty inspired by, the effects of real crystals, that I might be able to just wear magic gemstones and mind my business. I'd get luckier overall, and I would have a healthier both life and afterlife. So that's the goal, is that nobody goes out with the intention of like wrecking havoc and having problems, right? But it's nice when that doesn't come to you. It's nice when the people in the place you go are agreeable. It's nice when the things you like are all there. Rain is starting again. I love the rain. Yeah, I definitely got like ancestors that lived through a lot of rain, because I love rain. The more it rains, the happier I am. I could listen to it all night. But yeah, I got the last of my beads to pick up. A lot of them I'm going to return. Any of the ones from that cellar, minus like the amethyst, I'm going to return. The amethyst didn't scratch from glass. And it looks realish. It's obviously hard. And I was so inspired by that. It's cheaper to fucking sell real amethyst than it is to fake it. Faking amethyst costs more than selling the real stuff. So I was like, maybe it is real. So, yeah, or maybe we could like do a bracelet upgrade later. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. Wear these for a while and then like stash them somewhere. I like doing stashes. Not for me, for like future people to find. Somebody needs treasure to find, you know what I mean? Obviously, their favorite would be to find gold. Find gold stashed somewhere, but yeah. Wearing protective crystals to filter out my aura, to give me better luck and opportunities. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about right now. So it's like, as time goes on, more things manifest. So I can wear these. Yeah, I liked that blonde, and she liked me. There's a lot of chicks I like, but if they don't like you back, what's the point? They have to like... the goal is, I like them, they like me. That's magic. I like them, I'm gonna try to get them. That's not any good. They like me, I don't like them. That's not any good. It's gotta be, I like them, they like me. Right? Mutual crush. That's really good. But yeah, I imagine my next relationships are going to be a lot less like, oh, needy, because it's like that brainworm can control how you think, right? And yeah, the worm pills that I took, like, these worms get in your muscles, they get in your intestines, they get in your heart, they get in your lungs, they get in your brain, right? These worms get everywhere, and so these like worm killers, wormicides, get rid of all of that. And I've taken 6 months of it. Like every week I take a body size dose, right? And I've done that for like multiple bottles of Fenben, and then a whole syringe of ivermectin. And I just feel different. That feeling I need to get like blacked out drunk just to stand how I feel is gone, which is nice. And so, yeah, but I wonder how many people are just the worms, right? How many people are like not even real, they're just the fucking worms driving them. So, yeah. Yeah, they don't sell that stuff for people. They forbid it for people, and they go, you can have worm or some herbs. They don't care if you suffer. Maybe they hope you do. So yeah. Nah, I'm not lonely. My ability to gab is pretty good. You got to develop your ability to talk. The best thing to talk about is something kind of real. Get your best story and just hit fire. And cool.